There is no better way to understand the future demand for a product than talking to the customers of the product themselves. So when looking at lithium, talking to people such as Elon Musk is certainly very, very important, as Tesla is going to be one of those major customers of lithium moving into the future. And in fact, lithium demand is going to be so high that Elon Musk has actually said that getting involved in lithium is a license to print money for investors. Today, we're going to be talking about his thoughts, my opinion on this whole situation as well, and of course the overall lithium market. Let's take a look. How's it going, guys? Ryan here and welcome back to another investing video. Today we're talking about lithium and in particular Elon Musk's thoughts on lithium. And yes, you heard me right in the start of today's video. Elon Musk has said that getting involved in lithium is a license to print money, which is pretty incredible. And in particular for investors, when we do tend to look at demand, speaking to the customer is certainly one of the best ways to understand it. And Elon Musk, as we know, is the head of Tesla and a major source of demand when it comes to lithium and of course lithium ion batteries and all other sorts of materials due to the electric vehicles that they of course produce, as well as the many other batteries and other products that Tesla does put out in the market as well. So for Elon Musk to come out and say that it is a license to print money for investors, I'm sure that will certainly prick a few ears up, as it is a very, very powerful statement coming from him. And he's certainly one of those people who would understand the future demand for lithium as well. He can foresee it for himself when it comes to his own businesses, but also has a good grasp on the overall market as well. But it's not lithium in particular that he's actually referring to. In fact, he's referring to lithium refinement. I'm going to show you a clip where Elon basically states that lithium is the third most common resource in the world, and it's not actually the lithium supply that is going to be the issue. It's the bottleneck when it comes to the actual refining process, and realistically that's where he's saying the money can be made.
Is there enough lithium supply in the world to enable you to build everything that you ambitiously want to build in the next few years at an affordable price?
I mean, the nice thing about lithium is it's extremely abundant on Earth. Lithium is the third most common element in the universe. The reason we don't have just free hydrogen available is because it's bound up in water. And then the reason we don't have a lot of helium is because it floats away. But lithium does not float away. And so there's lithium in salt form virtually everywhere. And so that there's definitely no supply issues with lithium. But to get to the nuances of the question, which you're probably aiming for, which is like in the time frame available, like in the next year or 2 years, will there be lithium in the form that Tesla needs, which is lithium hydroxide, in sufficient quantities at a price that is reasonable and does not materially affect the cost of the Model 3.
Now, I really feel like this commentary around lithium by Elon Musk is very, very interesting. And the reason being is because a lot of people don't realize how common lithium is. And in fact, it was basically a waste material when it came to other sort of mining operations in history, and it was put to the side and basically dumped because there was just simply so much of it and we didn't have a use for it anymore. Now we're seeing that many operators are now taking advantage of those pre-existing stockpiles and are able to sell them. A great example of this is Mineral Resources on the ASX, who have been able to do so and profit from this sort of situation. But what we're seeing now is that there is a big race for demand to actually get lithium itself without the real consideration for the processing side of things, which is where the major bottleneck is at this point in time when it comes to the lithium space. It's all well and good if we can dig it out the ground or I suppose from a brine pond as fast as possible, but converting that into a usable form of lithium carbonate or lithium hydroxide is realistically where the bottleneck is going to be. The processing facilities are of course a lot more expensive than getting the mining operations up and running, which is why it's not a major focus. People are simply going, yes, we need to get involved in lithium as quickly as possible, setting up a mine and then thinking about the potential processing down in the future. While Elon has been encouraging many miners themselves to actually go ahead and invest in the processing side of lithium rather than just the mining side of lithium, he has started to take matters into his own hands and is planning to build a battery processing facility over in the US to basically try and compensate for that massive bottleneck we are currently seeing, so that the supply of processed lithium hydroxide does not delay the production of their own electric vehicles and other electric products as well that require the processed lithium to be created. Elon and Tesla moving ahead to actually try and establish this battery processing facility is quite interesting, as we typically don't see companies such as vehicle manufacturers actually get into the business of their downstream supply chain. Instead, typically what you'll see is they manufacture the parts themselves rather than get involved with the products that form those parts. But that really just goes to show that Elon has hit the nail on the head, and he can really only see the way, at least in the short to medium term, to alleviate the pressures, of course, of that bottleneck by producing and creating his own lithium hydroxide and battery grade material from his own plant. So that's why he's putting his money there, and that's of course why he's absolutely encouraging other companies to get involved as well and start investing in the processing side of things, in particular if they are already involved in the mining side, just because he understands that demand is so high right now and simply the processed lithium production can't keep up with it, even if we are seeing that the actual mine rate is in large supply. So as an investor on the stock market, how can you take advantage of Elon Musk's advice? Well, actually it's quite simple. What you want to be looking for are companies that are involved in that space currently, or certainly have a roadmap or plans to get involved in the processing side of things as well. We're looking at many companies such as Mineral Resources, Pilbara Minerals as two great examples who are getting involved in that processing space, as they recognize as well this is where the money is going to be in the future, and of course capitalizing on a larger portion of the supply chain, reduce their overhead costs significantly, and of course that means contributes a larger portion of money to their profit margins after their initial capital investments. That wraps up today's video, guys. I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comments section below. Do you agree with Elon Musk? Do you have another opinion? And do you think lithium demand is going to be as big and as profitable as expected when it comes to investing itself? Leave your thoughts down in the comments section below. Of course, as well, if you did enjoy today's video, make sure you do leave a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of this sort of content, hit subscribe and turn on those bell notifications. I'll leave it there for today, guys. I hope you have an awesome day. I'll see you next time. Cheers.